year 1879 AD, in the small German town of Ulm, an inconspicuous infant was born. But unbelievably, in just a few decades, he would overturn Newton's concept of absolute space and time, and single-handedly erect today's towering edifice of physics. His theory of relativity still influences the world today. He was Albert Einstein. Yet even such a great man could not escape the laws of nature. On April 18, 1955, Einstein passed away at Princeton Hospital. At the age of 76, just 7 hours after his death, Einstein's most important asset, his brain, was stolen. But who exactly committed such a cruel act? That day, a doctor named Harvey was chosen to perform Einstein's autopsy. The 42-year-old Harvey had met Einstein on a few prior occasions, but facing such a great figure, he was more nervous than ever before. Nevertheless, he entered the autopsy room, scalpel in hand. He first opened the chest cavity, removing and examining each vital organ, before putting them back in place. Next, Einstein's skull was sawed open. Yet when this world's most brilliant brain lay fully exposed before Harvey, he could not resist. After a simple weighing and measuring, instead of following procedure, by returning the brain to Einstein's skull, he stuffed this brain into a jar filled with formalin, thus avoiding cremation. Einstein's brain was stealthily taken away by Harvey, but Harvey never imagined that just 2 days later, the matter would be exposed. To avoid the storm, he fled the hospital where he worked and took this precious brain to a Philadelphia hospital. There he found experienced experts who, following authoritative brain maps, sliced Einstein's brain into 240 pieces, but after dividing the brain, problems also arose. While Harvey was a skilled artist, understood little about the brain, besides photographing and weighing it, he could study nothing further. But Harvey was exceptionally stubborn, had chose to persist, keeping Einstein's brain by his side. Time flew by. 23 years passed in the blink of an eye. During this period, neuroanatomy expert Marian Diamond called him countless times, pleading for Harvey to give her a small piece. For research, after persisting for 3 years, Harvey finally agreed to provide her just 3 centimeters of brain tissue for study, and Diamond did not disappoint. In 1985, a paper titled Einstein's Brain, A Renaissance was published in the journal Experimental Neurology. Through complex experiments and comparisons, she found that Einstein's brain had 73% more glial cells than average. The latest wave of Einstein fever was ignited with media reports that studies found higher neuron density in the right side of Einstein's brain, meaning his executive function was stronger than average. Other studies found that the regions responsible for math ability and spatial reasoning were about 50% larger than average males. Dozens of such papers emerged. Can this kind of research truly unravel the mysteries of a genius brain? We know in our hearts that Einstein was not the first eminent figure whose brain was removed for scientific study. There were many elite brains taken, like those of the prince of mathematicians, Gauss, English poet Byron, French naturalist Cuvier. But strangely enough, it seems no one has uncovered the reasons. These noble brains ultimately either gathered dust or became symbols of popular culture. Perhaps until the very end, Harvey could not fully grasp Einstein's famous words. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted truly can.